Today, we're gonna be doing a review of Factor meals. They're chef crafted, dietitian approved, heat and eat ready so that you can hit your goals. At least that's what it says on the box right here. Anyway, we're gonna find out if these meals are actually worth the money and a little conspiracy theory that threw me for a loop, but more on that later. Remember the first time that I saw Factor meals, it was actually inside a YouTube video from an influencer, and they were kind of like telling their audience, hey, you know, Factor meals is all healthy. They ship you the meals direct. You don't even have to cook it yourself. And I thought, man, I should try that because I hate cooking, number one. And number two, I love to eat healthy. And if the meals taste good, hey, why not? Let's try it out. So this is Factor meals right here. And you can see that they've got good reviews on Trustpilot, but oh man, wait a second. This looks familiar, right? So if we go to HelloFresh and then we check out their plans, doesn't this look pretty similar setup? Chef's Choice, Keto, Calorie Smart. It is different, but it's like the same kind of setup. So then it got me thinking, wait a second, is this the same company? And believe it or not, according to this article from chicagobusiness.com, Factor 75 was acquired by HelloFresh in late 2022 for up to $277 million. That's nuts. With that said, let's actually jump into Factor and see how it works. All right, so how it works is pretty simple. They have 27 plus dietitians that create the menu each and every week. From there are chefs that prepare the meals. They ship them out to you and I. We get to put them in the microwave or in the oven and enjoy them with little to no mess, fuss, and just the ultimate convenience that you could possibly have. It's perfect if you're somebody who doesn't like to cook, or you're somebody who doesn't like preparing their lunch meals before they go into work the next day. Now let's talk a little bit about the plans that you can get. So with Factor, you have 4 different plans you can choose from. You can choose the Chef's Choice, which is just what the chefs think tastes the best on the menu for that week. And then there's the keto option for low carbohydrates and high fats. You have your Calorie Smart option, which are meals that are less than 550 calories. And of course, you got your vegan and vegetarian options for those who participate in those diets. Now, let's talk a little bit about how the pricing works and if it's a little too expensive. In terms of pricing, it's a little bit on the expensive side, but that's the price you pay for having healthy prepared meals shipped directly to your door. Now, you have a couple options here. You can choose between 4 meals per week, and you can go all the way up to 18 meals per week. The most popular one is 12, and that comes out to around $12.38 per meal. If you were to compare that to comparable meal delivery services like a Fresh and Lean, you'll see that they're pretty competitive in pricing. The more meals that you select, the greater the discount you're gonna get. Before we jump into the unboxing, if at any time you wanna sign up for Factor Meals, I've got a link in the description below. Go ahead and check that out. You'll get a discount and it'll help me keep my lights on. On top of our box, you're gonna see that there's this packet that gives you some perks and discounts that you can use at a later date. And you're gonna see this insulated piece of material. You just peel that back and there's a nice fat ice pack that's keeping your food fresh and cool. Now you've gotta remember that when they ship these meals, they're not frozen, they're fresh. So you have to make sure that the temperature is nice and cold. The first meal that we have here is the ciao e pepe. It's some kind of Italian dish. I hope I said that right. The next one that we have here is the sun-dried tomato chicken, followed by the gyro spice ground beef bowl. And last but not least, we've got the teriyaki salmon. And then at the bottom of the box, there's just another ice pack for good measure to make sure that the food doesn't spoil when you get it. Overall, it didn't have any problems. The insulation was pretty well done. We gotta talk about the most important aspect of these meals, and that's the taste, right? If the meals don't taste good, you probably don't want them, and you're probably not gonna keep ordering the service. So the first thing that I tried was the teriyaki salmon, and taking it out of the package, it looked pretty appetizing. When I'm looking at a lot of different meal delivery services, sometimes they have like vacuum sealed plastic to them, or they have some kind of disheveled looking food that doesn't really look that good to eat. But these looked nicely organized and prepared. There was a nice little sauce cup in there that had the teriyaki sauce. All I had to do was heat it up in the microwave for about 2 minutes, and it was cooked perfectly. Like none of the vegetables were soggy or mushy. The salmon was pretty good as well. And my only complaint with this meal was the teriyaki sauce was very, very powerful and strong and sugary. And if you look at the nutrition contents on the back of this meal, you're gonna see that it's very high in protein, it's very high in fat, like good fats because it's salmon. But the thing is, the sugars were also pretty high. What you can do though is if they give you sauce on the side, you can control how much or how little you want to put on your meal. So if I just took a little bit of the sauce and I just kind of dabbled it on, I'm sure the sugar contents would be a lot lower. With that said though, the sauce was really good and it made it sort of taste almost like a poke bowl if you've ever had one of those. And overall, I really like this meal. I would have to give it a 9 out of 10. The second meal that I tried was the sun-dried tomato chicken. My initial thoughts of this were like, ooh, that chicken is sort of drowning, dripping in sauce, like too much. But I put it in the microwave again for a couple minutes. As I took it out, I could see that everything was cooked well, like the zucchini noodles, they again, like that wasn't mushy. The chicken I was a little scared about, right? Because as you're ordering proteins from these prepared meal delivery services, sometimes you can get rubbery chicken. That wasn't the case with this one. The chicken was perfect, the texture was good. There weren't any kind of weird like bones in it or any kind of like cartilage, which was nice. Like that's always something that I hate, is like when you're eating a piece of chicken and then all of a sudden you get a nice bit of cartilage and you're just chewing on it. You're like, oh God. But this was good. Another great meal. I would have to give it an 8 out of 10. The third dish that I tried was the gyro beef bowl. And I have to say that this one did not look that good to me, but regardless, I did like the ground beef. I felt like it was good quality, which, how do I say, you know, like sometimes you get surprises with ground beef, but there were no surprises here. In terms of the flavors, it tastes exactly like a gyro without the bread. But me personally, I didn't really like this meal too much. More of a personal preference, so I give this one a 6 out of 10. The next meal that I tried was the ciao de pepe. I don't know if I said that right. Seems like an Italian pasta dish, and it was pretty good. I liked all the flavors. The pasta was a little bit al dente, but not like super hard, which was nice. And overall, I'd have to say that I really like these meals. They're packed with flavor, they're healthy, they're nutritious. The one thing that I didn't like was just the sauces sometimes were very, very strong and overpowering. If you're not like a sauce person, that could kind of throw you for a ride, but you get to control the amount of sauce that you want to put on it when they give you those little cups and containers, which is nice. We got to talk about the pros and cons to Factor. So the first pro is that the meals are healthy. I could tell that when I got them and I tried them, the ingredients are high quality and the taste is pretty darn good. Like you can tell that these are crafted by chefs and that the flavors are all on point. Another pro is that these were fast. Like as soon as I got the meals, they were very easy to prepare. Like literally 2 minutes in the microwave and you're done and everything is cooked really well. Another pro is that they are fresh and never frozen. So as you get them, you put them in the refrigerator and they're ready to be microwaved and ate. They last up to about 7 days in the fridge. And if you want them to last longer, you can just stick them in the freezer. And the final pro is that they give you a 20-minute nutrition consultation. So if you're somebody who's looking to lose weight or get into shape, they can kind of steer you in the right direction with that nice little add-on bonus. But it's not rainbows and sunshine. We got to talk about the cons. So the cons to this service is that it is expensive. It is expensive. However, if you're somebody who likes convenience and you like healthy food, I think that it could be worth the money. We're going to talk more about that later. Another con to this is that it's not organic. It is non-GMO, it is antibiotic free, and it is hormone free though. And the ingredients are high quality, so I will say that. And now for the final verdict, is it worth the money? Knowing everything that I know now, would I order these meals again? And the answer is yes, I would. And that's because I'm somebody who likes convenience and I'm somebody who likes to eat healthy. And if I can have all of that without having to cook, I'm all for it because it saves you so much time during the week, especially if you're busy and you're the type of person who commutes to work or you're the type of person who has a lot going on and you don't want to prepare your meals like the night before or you don't want to do any meal prep on Sundays. This is a really nice service to have. You don't have to go all out and order 18 meals per week. I think it is worth trying because you can cancel or deactivate your account at any time. It's really easy to do. You just go to your dashboard, go to your settings, scroll down and click the deactivate button. If at any time you are ready to order Factor meals, I've got a link in the description below. Go ahead and click that. You'll get a discount and it'll also help support the channel. Another thing is that we're giving away one free box of Factor meals absolutely free. All you have to do is like the video, subscribe, and then comment with the hidden hashtag that we've dropped throughout the vid. That pretty much wraps it up, and I'll see you in the next one.